shooting missiles into residential areas, dropping bombs on people who are trying to evacuate. This is the air war that Zelensky has described, in which they're murdering so many people. President Zelensky very clearly characterized what President Biden's job is in this conflict, and that is to stand for democracy, stand for peace. And if you're going to stand for those two things, you have to stand for Ukraine. There are a couple of ways to secure the airspace over Ukraine. One, of course, is to supply planes, the MiGs that President Zelensky is asking for, that would actually fight or go against Russian fighters. Another is to give them surface-to-air missiles that can make the airspace over Ukraine contested, so the risk is increased of the planes, of the Russian planes that enter their airspace. He asked for no-fly zone. It's going to be very difficult for anyone to agree to put planes up in the air to battle Russian planes. But at the same time, he has called for MiG fighters. They exist. I think we should do everything to get them to them. At first I thought this was not an issue of will, that it was an issue of logistics. But I think with the Biden administration now, it is an issue of will. I think they're not working diligently to try to make that happen. The Biden administration needs to step up. I've been very disappointed, although they have been, publicly making statements of a commitment to give Ukraine the tools and weapons to defend themselves. They've been very slow to do so, and that, of course, has cost Ukrainian lives. I think we need to see strength from President Biden. He seems almost timid and afraid of what Russia may do, as opposed to being appalled at what Russia is doing. He needs to take direct action, assist Ukraine, make certain that it's clear that the United States is going to deter Russian further aggression. I'm not one of those who would jump to saying that this could become World War III. I think we should need to jump to saying that Vladimir Putin needs to understand that this would come at an enormous cost to his country and to his nation, that the world is unified against him, not that the world might dissolve into a world conflict. It really is the world against Russia at this point. But people should not underestimate the value of the words that Vladimir Putin is saying. He's saying he wants to reconstitute the geographical area of the Soviet Union. He means it. When he threatens nations with nuclear weapons, he means it. In this instance, supplying weapons to Ukraine is incredibly important, because what you see is a diminishing of the overall military capability of Russia. I mean, they've not performed well, but at the same time, their losses in Ukraine certainly diminish their overall ability to threaten others. I mean, this is clearly a brutal and horrible regime. The only way that they can respond to is understand that they're being deterred by the overwhelming might and force of the United States. And the president needs to be able to stand up to that and to say that the United States certainly will deter Russia and all threats from them.